Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How everybody? Everybody's fine. So inshallah, you're having a nice long weekend today. Welcome again to the next class. I'm really happy that we are here together again. So today we're going to progress inshallah with the Surf studies even further, and I hope that you got some time to revise what we did in the last class. I also understand last class was a bit more, it's quite different from what we used to do in the Nahu study. So Nahu study was very, very structured, mathematical. So there's terminology coming in here now in the Surf. So Surf is a study where you need a bit more brain job. Inshallah, just like Nahu was also a lot of brain job, but this study will inshallah open up a lot of things for you. So don't give up if you have taken a previous lecture, and if you have understood it, inshallah you should be good. If you have not understood it, please take it again, or let me know. Drop us a line at info@Albayaan.Online or a WhatsApp group. If you want me to revise or repeat anything, I will happily do that. So don't worry about that. Inshallah, we are learning together, and we will continue to learn together. It's a learning that we're going to continue together, inshallah. So don't worry, keep it going. And today we are going to move one step further with the Surf studies and start to discuss new concept in Surf, and also touch on the first Surf family that we want to do. Okay, welcome again, and let's start the class. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amin ya Rabbil Alameen. I'm going to share my screen with you. Hopefully you will see it. And as usual, we will start with the study of Surf. Okay. Good. Alhamdulillah. So I hope you're able to see the screen. I have my phone in front of me in case you want to pop in any message or any question. I will also be looking at it quite intensively in case you have questions. And I can also see that you can see my screen now. So let's begin, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So last time we made a switch from the study of Nahu to a study of Surf, and we did few concepts of the study of Surf. So quick summary of what we did last time. Quick summary of what we did last time. Okay. Quick summary of the last class. So what we did in the last class, we said we are going to do the study of Surf. Okay? We did the study of Surf. In the study of Surf, we said it's the study of word morphology. The study of word morphology. It's the study of word morphology. What does that mean? That means how words are formed. How words are formed. We said the term Surf. Surf literally means to turn away. Turn away. Okay? To turn away or to avert. Okay? Or to avert. So this effectively tells us that how the words turn away from the original forms. Effectively, that's the context behind it. So the words have original forms. But how does that original form come into play? How does that original form come into play? The original form come into play through the concept of root letters. We did the concept of root letters. And we said, in principle, that in majority of cases, the words have 3 root letters. Majority of words have 3 root letters. Okay? And we said the first root letter is called the fa kalima. Fa kalima. You remember that? Fa kalima, which means effectively the first root letter. The first root letter. And then we said the second root letter is called the ain kalima. Ain kalima. Okay? Which means what? Which means the second root letter. Ain kalima. Kalima. Second root letter. And the last one is what? Lam kalima. Kalima. Which is the third root letter. The third root letter. We said you don't have to remember the terminology, but it's better if you do. You don't have to, but it's better if you do. This fa kalima, ain kalima, lam kalima, these are the terminologies you will find in other Arabic grammar books if you ever decide to move forward with your studies and study a bit more advanced Arabic. So these are the terminology you should expect. Okay? Kalima is effectively a root letter. Fa root letter, ain root letter, lam root letter. Why fa, ain, and lam? Because the word in itself comes together, forming a word fi'l. Fi'l. We took an example of the word fi'l. For example, fi'l. Fi'l. Okay. Now this fi'l is a word which means to do. He did. He did. It's a fa'ala. It's a fa'ala. It's like a nasara. It's a past tense fi'l. Okay. So fa'ala means he did. Past tense. Yaf'alu, he does. Okay, in present tense. But the fa'ala is past tense. So fa'il is a standard word normally used in Arabic to teach sarf, to teach these things. You could use any other thing. You could use alama, ain, lam, mim, whatever. It doesn't matter really. But here, in the majority of Arabic books, in the classes that you may do later on sometime, fi'l is a word that is used to teach the sarf. So that's why the template of fa kalima, ain kalima, and lam kalima comes out of the word fi'l. Okay, but it doesn't really have any further significance. That's it. It's more kind of a best practice around. Okay? So you could use something else. So it's called fa kalima, ain kalima, and lam kalima. Okay, the three root letters. We said there are other words that may not be three root letters. Okay, the other words that may not be three root letters. There are more. For example, some words have four root letters. And we took an example of a word, barzakh, if you remember. Barzakh. Barzakh. It has four root letters. We are not covering this in this course. This is not our scope. Okay? This is not something we will touch in this course. Okay? So we will only focus on the words with the three root letters. That's what we did last time. So don't worry about that. They're very rare. They're very less in quantity. In the Quran, majority of the words have the three root letters. Okay, and we also did the concept of root letter applies to isms and fi'ls. Concept of root letters applies to ism and fi'l. Okay, not to harf. That's what we did. Yes. The concept of root letter applies to ism and fi'l, not to harf. So whenever you see an ism or a fi'l, you need to decode their root letters. Okay? That's what we did last time. Yes, you with me? And we did some examples of the words. We took some words. We tried to find the root letters of them. and we did a lot of examples. You have that in your notes from the last class. Okay, good. And then what we did was we touched on two types of surfs. Two types of surf. Now, from now on, when I say surf, I'm effectively talking about decoding a word. Decoding a word, finding its root letters, finding if it is an ism or fail, and understanding what is part of its root letter and what is not. That entire study, the morphology study, is surf. Okay, we said there are two types of surf. Okay, and in that case, we said there are words which have just the root letters as part of it. Okay? So there are no additional letters in addition to the root letter. Okay, and so effectively we said they have the words formed with root letters with no additions, no additional letters. Let me put it that way. Words formed with root letters with no additional letters. It means just three root letters, and nothing else in the word. Just like fa'ala, just like nasara, For example, nasara. Let me give you an example here. Nasara. Okay. Now nasara has just three root letters: noon, sod, and ra, and there's no other letter, and in itself a full word, right? So this is a word which is formed with three root letters. This is a word which is formed with three root letters with no additional. Sorry if you missed the no. It's no additional root letter. No additional root letter. Or no additional letter at all. We call them something, if you remember. I said three root letters. Three is referred to as salasi here. Salasi. Okay? And the fact that it doesn't have any other thing other than the three root letters, it's called mujarrad. Salasi, mujarrad. Such words, such surf, category of surf is called salasi mujarrad. Okay? So you don't have to remember this. Let me make it easy for you. We will call it family one. Okay? We will call it family one. This is what we did last time. So there are words formed with three root letters and there's no additional letters to it. This is called salasi mujarrad. Salasi refers to three, and the fact of having no additional letters refers to mujarrad. Okay? We call it family one. Okay? We call it family one. So whenever I say family one, I'm effectively talking about salasi mujarrad. The words with three root letters and nothing else. Then we also did words formed with three root letters with additional letters. Okay, with additional letters. Okay, so this is something we additional. So I hope I've written the spelling right. Anyway, so yes. So example was let's say, how should I give you example? For example, if I tell you example would be I'm just trying to find an example that's easier for you. Okay. Let me find. Let me find jahada, for example. Jahada. 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 To strive, to struggle. Okay. Jahada. To strive, to struggle. Okay. So how is it? How is it having an additional letter? So it has how many letters it has? It has a jim, it has an alif, it has a ha, and it has a dal. It has 4 letters. But the one of them, this alif, is not a root letter. We'll learn that, inshallah. We'll learn that. This is not a root letter. Alif is never a root letter. It's an additional letter beside the root letters. So the 3 root letters Jahada has are Jim, Ha, and Dal. The Fa kalima is Jim, the Ain kalima is Ha, and the Lam kalima is Dal. So it doesn't have alif as a root letter. It's an addition to it. It's an addition. It's an addition that has been made in addition to the root letters. So these kinds of words were formed of 3 root letters, but they do have additional letters around them. They are called something. We did that as well. So because we know the aspect of 3 root letters is called what? Just like above, salasi. 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 And the addition is mazid. Salasi, mazid. Addition is mazid. And in it is the harf of jar fragment fi'i. Salasi, mazid, fi'i. Salasi, mazid, fi'i. Okay, so you don't have to memorize this terminology. I'm giving you this so you know. It's better if you memorize it, so you're prepared to go one step further wherever you go in your Arabic studies. So these terminologies are used. That's why I'm giving you them. Don't worry about the terminology. Understand the concept. The root letter with additional letter around it. Okay. Now this is the type of word. These are the types of word that are divided into 9 families. 9 families. We're going to label them like this: family. Let's call them family 2 to family 9. Okay. I'll explain the family concept. Just take it as it comes for now. Okay. This is what we did in the last class. Okay. Then we did a lot of terminology. We did a full Surf terminology. Terminology of Surf. And do you remember what we did in the Surf terminology? we did the past tense. Said there's a past tense, okay, which you know fi'l madi. Then there's a present tense, which is the fi'l mudari. Then we did another concept, another word called masdar. Masdar. You remember this? Masdar. Masdar is an idea. Okay. Masdar is an idea. Okay. And it's an ism. It's an idea and it's an ism. Okay. And after masdar, we did the subjectivism. The subjectivism. That what we call ism fa'il. We said it's ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. So fa'il is effectively a doer. It's a doer. action. It's a doer of action. We called it subjectivism. Subjectivism. Okay. And of course, because it's an ism file, it's an ism. Because it's an ism file, it's an ism. Makes sense. Then we did the past passive, which is a fi'l. Then we did the present passive. When I say when we did it, it means we just went through this terminology. Okay, these are the terminologies that will come into play now, slowly, slowly. Present passive. Okay. Then we did ism maf'ul, if you remember. Ism maf'ul. Ism maf'ul is the recipient of the action. Recipient of action. So whatever ism file does is received by ism maf'ul. Teacher is an ism file, and a student is ism maf'ul. You understand? You understand? Teacher is an ism file, and student is an ism maf'ul. Okay? So teacher is the doer of an action, and student is a recipient of an action. We called it objectivism. So going forward, I will be using the Arabic terminology. I'll be using the Arabic terminology more, so you get used to it, okay? And of course, this is an ism because it's an ism file or ism maf'ul. Okay? After ism maf'ul, we did the command. We did the command. And after command, we did the forbidding. And after forbidding, we did something called zarf. Zarf. Zarf was a time or place of an action. It's a time, place, or place of action. Okay? It's time or place of an action, and it is an ism. It is an ism. With me? Good. It's like ism file. Ism file example could be, as I said, let me give you examples here so you're clear. For example, a teacher. A teacher could be an ism file example. Then you could have student as an ism maf'ul example. A student is an ism maf'ul example. Then you have a school. A school, for example, is a zarf example. It's a place of an action. Teacher is ism file. Student is ism maf'ul who receives the action, and school is zarf where the action happens. Okay. So which is the place. So we did these terminologies. I want to ensure that you understand the Arabic part as well. Past tense. What do we call past tense? It's called fi'il madi. Fi'il madi. And let's up the game a little bit here. And present tense. Fi'il mudari. Fi'il mudari. Okay. Masdar, we know masdar. Ism file, we know ism file. Past tense passive. What is it called? Fi'il madi. Fi'il madi majhul. Fi'il madi majhul. Majhul. Okay. Fi'il madi majhul. Likewise, present tense is called fi'il mudari majhul. Fi'il mudari majhul. Okay. Ism maf'ul is ism maf'ul. Command is what? It's called fi'il amr. It's called fi'il amr. Fi'il amr. Forbidding. Fi'il nahi. Fi'il nahi. Zarf is zarf. Okay, this is the terminology we did, and we said probably things which are new to you are the isms. Okay, are the isms. Masdar is new to you, which is an idea, but it's an ism. It has all those four properties and everything. Nothing really special about it. It's an idea. Okay, and when we did the definition of ism, we also said ism is an idea as well. Ism file. I'll say it's new to you, but you already know it as an outside doer. You already know the file, the concept of file, and in the concept of file from fail, when the fail is in Hua version and there's an ism in Rafa in front of it, you call it an outside doer, right? And it is outside doer has to be an ism. It's a file and it is an ism. So effectively, you know the ism file. You know the ism file. It's a doer of an action, but let's consider you don't know. Okay, it's fine. Ism maf'ul is a recipient of the action. This is new to you. We did this last time. Zarf you already know from your level 1 studies, where we did the Zarf chart, and we did when we were doing the idafa, we gave you chart like ba'ada and so on in these kinds of words which don't give you that off meaning, right? So they're representing time and place. And then idafa is constructed with them, but they don't give you that off meaning. Remember that? So that's the zarf you did already anyway. But let's consider that it's also new to you. So effectively, 4 isms are new to you. Everything else is something you already know. Nothing different in past tense, present tense, past passive, present passive, command, and following. Okay, it's just that. These are the terminologies of Sarf. Let me number them. We need to number them. No, I need numbers. Okay, yeah, 10 terminologies in Sarf, okay, that we are doing here. Okay, 10 terminologies of Sarf. You with me? Now, what we're going to do is, if I say past tense, if I pick up a past tense, if I pick up our favorite word, nasara, let me teach you that differently. Okay, so in the concept, there's a concept of something that's called, I told you in the very, very beginning of this course, that in the previous course, we have been touching on Sarf slightly when we were doing the charts, the present tense and the past tense chart, remember? So, so we have touched on the Sarf. So if I pick up a word, which is our favorite word that we always pick, nasara, I pick up this word, nasara, all of a sudden the font is fine. Cool. That's nice. I like it. Okay. Just increasing the font so you can see it clearly. Nasara. So the word nasara is a past tense. And if I just give you nasara, are you able to produce the entire past tense chart? Are you able to produce the entire past tense chart? Okay, that's what I'm asking. Your answer should be yes, I know. Nasara, 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 nasaru, nasaru, nasarat, nasarata, nasarata, nasarna. Nasarna. Nasarta, nasarta, nasartuma. I'm just trying to produce a chart. Nasartuma, nasartum. I hope you're reading and you're trying to produce it when I just write it. Trying to write it and produce it at the same time. Nasartum, nasarti, nasarti, nasartuma, nasartuma, nasartunna. Nasartu, nasarna. Nasarna. Yes, you with me? Nasara, nasara, nasaru, nasarat, nasarata, nasarna. Nasarta, nasartuma, nasartum, nasarti, nasartuma, nasartunna, nasartu, nasarna. And you know each and every word here. Okay? This is the past tense chart. There's nothing new here. It's your past tense chart that you have already done. Now, this past tense chart is something that we call Surf Kabeer. Surf Kabeer. What do we call it? Surf Kabeer. It's a bigger surf. Kabeer is a bigger. It's a surf Kabeer. It's a bigger surf. What does it mean? It means that in the study of surf today, we will only pick up just one word from each chart. When I say past tense, I'm going to pick up nasara. So this nasara is effectively this past tense when I'm talking about here. Okay? And assuming that you are able to produce the entire nasara chart. Okay? Entire nasara chart. So every word in the surf that we do has a full-blown chart behind it. Has a full-blown chart behind it. And that full-blown chart is the Surf Kabeer chart. Okay? It's a Surf Kabeer chart. So just like you have it here, this is a past tense chart. Okay, this is a past tense chart. Let me write it here. This is a past tense chart. Okay, and it's called Surf Kabeer. Similarly, behind the present tense, do you have a chart? If I say Yansuru, if I give you Yansuru, can you produce a full-blown present tense chart? Yansuru, Yansurani, Yansuruna, Tansuru, Tansurani, Tansurna, and so on. You can produce all of that? The present tense chart that you have done in the class? Yes. If I just give you the first word, you would be able to produce the entire present tense chart. Okay? That present tense chart is also your Sarf Kabeer. So I'll just write it down here. Let me just move it down here. Okay. So the present tense chart, past tense chart is Sarf Kabeer. Now the other past tense, other Sarf Kabeers. What other Sarf Kabeers you have done? Let's see. Surf Kabeer charts that you have done already. Okay, so past tense chart is a Surf Kabeer chart. Present tense chart is a Surf Kabeer chart. You have done it. Okay, you know all of this, all of these charts: past tense chart, present tense chart. If I give you a passive, nusira. The passive of nasara is nusira, right? It starts with the ooh, there is a kasra in the middle, and then the ending is the same. Nusira. So nusira, you can produce an entire passive chart based on the same pattern. Okay, there's a past passive chart. We did not explicitly do it in the class as a chart, but we did make this chart in the class when we were doing it. Okay, we did discuss this in quite a lot of detail, if you remember. Please go back to that lesson in level 1 and revise it if you're missing out. But past tense passive has a full-blown chart behind it. Okay, just like a past tense chart. Okay, it's a past tense passive chart. Same is the case with present tense passive. Past passive is a present passive. Oops, what did I do? Okay, present passive. There's a chart behind it. Okay, these are the charts you already know, and then there's a full-blown Muslim chart. You know, Muslim chart, right? Muslim chart is what? It's effectively an ism chart. It's an ism chart. It's an ism chart. Now, that ism could be a masdar. What could that ism be? That ism could be a masdar. Let me write Arabic so you get used to it. Yeah, ism would be a masdar. It could be an ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. It could be ism maf'ul. Ism maf'ul. It could be a zarf. It could be a zarf. The four isms that we are doing here. Ism masdar could be anything. It's an ism after all, with a like a Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. It could be any ism. And if you see any normal ism, you would be able to fit it in a Muslim chart, isn't it? You will fit it in a Muslim chart. You will construct an entire Muslim chart for it. Okay, so every word that we have done here, every word we have done here, what does it start with? 5. Yes, every word that we have done here in this list terminology, past tense, present tense, masdar, ism file, past passive, present, ism maf'ul, command and forbidding even. Command and forbidding, yes, absolutely. So let me put it after the present fail charts. So command chart and a forbidding chart. Forbidding chart. Okay, if you know the command for yansuru, if you know the command for yansuru, okay, tansur for example, unsur. So if you know the command for yansuru, you could produce the entire command chart. And what effectively is a command chart? For every word in the present tense chart, you produce a command chart, and it is effectively only the second person. Okay, if there's a ism, if there's a fi'l, let me give you an example here. So, for example, tansuruna, for example, tansuruna. Tansuruna is the anthum version of the present tense fi'il. So how does that transform into a command? You make it lightest and you remove the ta. Yes, you make it lightest and you remove the ta. It ends up with noon suruna. Suru. Noon suru, because you remove the oops, what it was. Noon suru. Okay. Now I can't read this. I remove. Okay, you should be able to see the screen again very soon, inshallah. Good that I just caught it. Google live streaming service has been disrupting quite a lot lately. Last time it also happened Yep, I see the screen. Cool. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So we're back. Good. You understand? You understand? So you have to go to the second to last letter in the huwa form, and you have to find the haraka. And the haraka is the dhamma. Because the haraka is the dhamma, therefore you give the harfa alif the dhamma. Otherwise, it's a kasra. You remember this process? So now I have made this command. This command can be made for anything in the second person. For anything in the second person. Okay? Similar is the case with forbidding. Forbidding, if I make the forbidding out of the same word, I would say la. La tansur. All I have to do is put a la and make it lightest. La tansur. Okay? La tansur. Okay? So please go and revise these concepts if you're missing out. They are important for you in the Surf study. They're important for you in the Surf study. Okay? You won't be able to cope up as fast as you want to without having a good grasp on these concepts. Please do take time out to revise these concepts. Okay, so while we're doing it, I can just put it down here. So this is a full-blown Nasara chart. This is a full-blown Nasara chart. This is a full-blown Yansuru chart. You know all this out, right? Yansuru chart. Nasara, Yansuru. This is a full-blown passive chart. Nusira. Nusira. Okay? Starts with a U and has an E sound. Okay? And this is Yansaru. Yunsaru, sorry. Starts with a U. Starts with a U. Has a fatha in the middle. Yunsaru. Okay? And these things, you can, for every single word here, you can construct a full chart for every inside pronoun. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna, ana, nahnu. So all of these af'al, these af'al that I'm talking about, these af'al, these are having an inside doer. You know that, right? So the pronoun, for every pronoun, you can create their form. You can create the past form, you can create the present form, you can create the passive, present passive, past passive, command and forbidden. Okay, so for command and forbidding, it's primarily the second person only. Okay, but for the Muslim chart, you can create a full-blown Muslim chart like Muslimun. I can give you any ism and you can put it in the Muslim chart. Okay, so these charts that you already know, they are called Surf Kabeer. They're called Surf Kabeer. Okay, and we are going to touch on these Surf Kabeer charts as and when needed. In this course, what we are going to do is something called Surf Sagheer. Surf Sagheer. We're going to do Surf Sagheer. Surf Sagheer. I need to tell you how it's in Arabic as well. It's Surf Kabeer. Okay. And now this one is Surf Sagheer. Surf Sagheer. Surf Sagheer means smaller surf. Smaller surf. Sagheer. Okay. Surf Sagheer means smaller surf. So we will be more focusing on the smaller surf, assuming you know the Surf Kabeer. Okay? And how does the Surf Sagheer chart looks like? There's a chart that we're going to do, and we're going to use that chart. We're going to use that chart to construct all the surf families. Okay? To construct all the surf families. Okay, so this chart is going to have, it is going to be like 4x3 matrix. Let me insert it here so I can construct for you. 4x3 matrix, something like this. Okay, and then we're going to merge these things together. You will know why I am doing this in few minutes. Okay, good. So in this chart, we are going to put in the surf terminology that we have learned. Okay, we're going to put in the surf terminology that we have learned. We have learned past tense. We have learned past tense, and you have to give me the Arabic terminology. It is fi'l madi. Fi'l madi. Okay, and we have done the present tense. Present tense, which is what? Fi'l mudari. Fi'l mudari. Okay. Then we have masdar. We have masdar, and the Arabic is masdar. Nothing changes here. Then we did ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. Okay. Under the passive, we're going to do, under the past tense, we're going to do past passive. Remember this chart structure in your mind, okay? Remember this, try to remember it. Past passive, which was called fi'l madi. Who remembers? Majhul. Fi'l madi, majhul. Okay? Then we have present passive, present passive, that we called fi'l mudari. Mudari, majhul. Fi'l mudari, majhul. In this box, we're gonna call out the masdar again because we're just trying to rhyme everything together. You don't have to. We're just gonna call out masdar again. Okay, so just we're in synchronize. So when we read it, when we try to remember it, this masdar is going to help us here because it will bring things in context. It makes two lines look similar, right? So past, present, masdar, ism. Past, present, masdar, ism. Yeah, in the both lines. Okay? That's why. So we're trying to construct a pattern here that is easier to remember. Okay. Then we will do ism. Ism maf'ul. Ism maf'ul. Okay. And here we will do command, which is fi'l amr. Fi'l amr. And we'll do forbidding, which is fi'l nahi. And then we will do sarf. Done. Okay, done. This is what Surf Sagheer chart is. This is a Surf Sagheer chart. Okay, Surf Sagheer chart. Now, past tense, present tense, masdar, ism fa'il. Past passive, present passive, masdar, ism maf'ul. Command, forbidding, zarf. Command, forbidding, zarf. Okay. You have all of this in the notes. I've sent you the notes last time. There's a full notes pack on Surf that I've sent you. This chart is available to you in those notes. Okay, this is a Surf Sagheer chart. We will construct 10 types of Surf Sagheer charts. 10 types of Surf Sagheer charts in this course. Every type of Surf Sagheer chart is called one family. Family 1, family 2, family 3, family 4. Every chart is going to give certain patterns that are unique to that family only. Okay? And I will give you the logic and the trick to remember those families, what is different from one family to another. But this is effectively our way forward. This is the pattern we're going to learn as Sarf Sagheer. Okay? Remember, in this column, past tense chart, we're going to put in the Hua form. We're going to put in the Hua form. Okay? All of them, we're going to put in the Hua form only. Okay? Hua form. This is all Hua form. So you're not confused. Okay? Even in Amr case, you're going to put it, not, oh, Amr can't be Hua, it would be Anta. It would be Anta. Yes? Anta. Because it doesn't happen in the third person, remember? Most of it doesn't happen in third person. That's what we know today. Okay? So this is what we are going to do. So remember this. Don't forget it. Try to map this pattern in your brain. Try to map this pattern in your brain. Here in the ism cases, ism fa'il, as you know, is doer of an action. Doer of action. Ism maf'ul is recipient of action. Okay. Zarf is a time and place for action. It's a time and place for action. Time or place of action. Okay? Time and place of action. And masdar is just idea. I'm just giving you again and again the same concept so it gets rock stone in your brain. Okay? Masdar is an idea. We are going to make this is all the context we need to establish before we jump into the Surf charts. Okay? Are you with me then? Past tense, present tense, masdar, ism fa'il. Okay? Past passive, present passive, masdar, ism maf'ul. Command, forbidding, zarf. فعل ماضي فعل مضارع مصدر اسم فاعل فعل ماضي مجهول فعل مضارع مجهول مصدر اسم مفعول فعل أمر فعل نهي ظرف. This is Sarf Kabeer. Behind every box here, behind every box, there is a full-blown chart. In this past tense, let me construct this. Let me spend some time on this so you. I need you to really understand this, right? Page, go here. I'm gonna put this chart here again. Okay, so and I'm gonna remove everything here. Okay. So now I'm gonna do a family one with you. Now family one, not family one, the family two. So as I said, in the surf, there are 10 families we're gonna do. We did that here, up here. I mentioned to you family one, which is called Salasi Mujarrad, and the family two to family nine. It's called Salasi Mazid Fihi. So we're gonna do a family two. We're gonna start with a family two. We're going to build a chart for family two of Sarf. Okay, and then we'll take it from there, inshallah. Okay. So the family two. When I say I'm going to build a Surf for family two, I'm effectively building the Surf Sagheer chart. I'm building a Surf Sagheer chart. So I'm going to do Surf Sagheer, Surf Sagheer for family two, and the family two is falling under the category of Salasi Mazid Fihi. Salasi Mazid Fihi. Okay. Salasi Mazid Fihi meaning having three root letters, but something additional as well. Something additional as well. Okay. Surf Sagheer for family one. Oh, sorry, family two. One is something we'll do in the end. When we reach the end, you will know why. Okay, you will know why. So right now we do family two. First, we'll do the family two to family nine, and then we'll jump into the family one, inshallah. Okay, and that's also the sequence in the notes I've provided to you. Okay. Now, if I take a root letter, if I take three root letters, I want to take three root letters. So I'm going to take root letters. This is family two, and the root letters I'm taking. The fa kalima is ain. The ain kalima is lam, and the lam kalima is mim. The first root letter is ain, the second root letter is lam, and the third root letter is mim. And I want us to construct the Sarf Sagheer for this family. I want us to construct Sarf Sagheer for this family. Okay. Now, what is special about this family? There are a few things which are special about this family. This family has one characteristic that you must remember. One characteristic that you must remember. Family two, it has a shadda. You know what is a shadda? Shadda is this. Shadda. Family, something is horribly going messy here. Family two has a shadda. Shadda meaning this W sign that you know. Shadda has a shadda on the, oh my god, on the second root letter. It has a shadda on the second root letter. Yes, you have to remember this. This is a trick that will help you identify to which family this word belongs. To which family this word belongs. And you need to identify this to understand how it's constructed, what's the surf of it. Okay? To construct this Surf Sagheer chart, the family two has a shadda on the second root letter. So I take the root letters, three root letters. Okay, these are the three root letters I'm taking. Okay, and I need to bring them together as verbs. First, I need to bring them together as past tense in huwa, then the present tense in huwa, then masdar, then doer of an action, ism fa'il, then past passive, present passive, masdar, and ism maf'ul, fi'l amr, fi'l nahi, and zarf. I need to fill in this chart by using this 3 root letter. This is family 2, considering that it has a shadda on the second root letter. Okay, so past tense. If I just write alama, I know if I had these 3 root letters, I could say alama, alama. But alama doesn't have a shadda on the second root letter. It does not. So it does not belong. It does not belong to family 2. It doesn't belong to family 2. This is not the pattern. Every family is a pattern. The pattern in this family is that the second root letter has a shadda. So as soon as you see a fail, or even the ism going forward, inshallah. So as soon as you see the fail with the root letter on the second root letter that matches the conditions of this family, you know, oh, it's a family 2, and it's salasi mazid fihi, and it has the root letters ain lam mim. So to make it a part of the family 2 pattern, I need to put a shadda. I need to put a shadda on the second root letter, allama, not alama. Alama is altogether a different word. Allama is family 2. It's a past tense, allama, falling into the category of nasara. It's a nasara chart. It's a past tense chart. And behind this allama, you have a full-blown past tense chart, isn't it? This is just the huwa form, allama. And then you have allama, allama, allamu, allamat, allamata, allamna, and so on. The way you construct the past tense chart. So this is the past tense of family 2. Family 2 has a characteristic. It has a shadda on the second root letter. It has a shadda on the second root letter. Remember this, okay? Present tense. Present tense. We know nasara yansuru. We know nasara yansuru. Okay. And we also know we can construct this for this word as well. And now that we know that it has a shadda on the second root letter, we can construct a present tense, because we know present tense starts with a ya, okay? And nasara, like yansuru, there's sukoon on the second one, ya. Just like yansuru, the noon has a sukoon in yansuru, okay? And I could say ya lumu, for example. Makes sense to me. Ya lumu, ya lumu. Yes? If I construct this word like this, it is mapping perfectly on yansuru. Yes, but it is not fulfilling the requirement of the family 2. It doesn't have a shadda. It doesn't have a shadda on the second root letter, does it? No. Do we know what are the root letters? Yes. Ain, lam, mim. So ain, lam, is ya a root letter? No, it's not. Ya is not a root letter. Ya is there because we know present tense begins with a ya. Okay? Present tense begins with a ya. Okay? We need to put a shadda on the second root letter, which is lam. So we put shadda. Okay. We put shadda. Okay, we can put the shadda. Okay, and we know so we put the shadda on the second root letter. Okay, I'm just trying to find words to explain you in as easy way as possible. So that's a break. Okay, now you know the family 2 has a requirement. There's a shadda that has to be on the second root letter. Okay, now in this family, nasara yansuru. Nasara yansuru is not family 2. It's a different family that we will do later on. But this family asks you to put a shadda in the present tense case. Put a shadda on the second root letter with a kasra. The kasra. Okay? With a kasra. And this family also has a second characteristic. It always starts with the oo sounds. It starts with the oo sound. Starts with oo sound, meaning you. Starts with you. You. And there is a fatha in the first root letter. Yu'allimu. Yu'allimu. If you know different way of writing, I can't put it that way as well. If that's more suitable to you. Yu'allimu. Yu'allimu. It's still, you remember when we did the present, we said look at the beginning and look at the ending. In the middle, what comes in the middle, we're gonna do it later. We're gonna do it later. Don't worry about the middle part. Now you need to worry about the middle part. This is the point where you worry about the middle part. This family wants you to construct a present tense that still starts with a ya, that still ends with a u in the hua form, but it defines what comes in the middle as well. It is telling you the shadda comes in the middle. It tells you there's an e sound under the shadda. Okay, and it also tells you there's a fatha on the ain. Allama yu'allimu. Allama yu'allimu. Allama yu'allimu. You understand? Allama yu'allimu. This is a pattern that you must follow. Any verb, any fi'l that falls in this pattern, any fi'l that falls on this pattern would be part of the family too. Sarf. That's the sarf. You will know, you will be able to construct things for that particular family. Okay? So if I give you allama, and you know yu'allimu, then you can construct the entire sarf. Okay? You need to know the allama and yu'allimu. You definitely need to know allama and yu'allimu. Okay? You understand? I'll give you some time to absorb. Take a few seconds to absorb this. This is important. Okay? So the message I'm giving you here, this is family 2. Family 2 is one of the easiest sarf families. The requirements of family 2. The second root letter has a shadda. Second root letter has a shadda. And the present tense, let me complete the sentence. Present tense starts with a u. When I say present tense, it includes all types of present tense, of course, the passive as well. Okay? It includes all types of present tense. So all the present tenses in this family starts with a u, and there is a shadda in the second root letter, on the second root letter. Okay? Shadda on the second root letter. Okay? Allama yu'allimu. Allama yu'allimu. If I have to construct, what I've done is so far, I've constructed these two parts. I've constructed these two parts, past tense and present tense for this family. Past tense and present tense for this family. That's what I've done. Okay? So fi'l madi is allama. Present tense is fi'l mudari is yu'allimu. Yu'allimu. Now that I've constructed this, I could construct, let's say, passive or present, because it's easier for me. What I need, I know that in the passive, the starting is always u, right? It starts with the u. In the present, in the passive case, it starts with the u. I have done that. Okay. And in the present, in the past tense case, there is a kasra. There is a kasra. The second root letter is lam, and it must have a shadda, because the family asked me, and because I'm constructing the passive form, I'll put a kasra below it. I'll put a kasra below it. Okay? And the ending remains the same. Ullima. Because I know the past tense now, okay? I know the past tense, so I have constructed a passive out of it, because I know the trick to construct the passive. It starts with an u, it has a kasra in the middle, okay? It has one kasra in the middle, and the ending remains the same. So I just took the same word, and I constructed a passive out of it. Ullima. Ullima. Can I construct the passive for the present tense? I know it starts with a u, and it has a fatha in the middle. It has a fatha in the middle. The family too demands that present tense starts with you. Okay, you with the dhamma. Okay, and I see yu'allimu, yu'allimu. There's the ending remain the same in the passive case as well. I need to change the kasra to a fatha because that's how the passive of a present tense looks like. Okay, so yu'allamu, yu'allamu. Okay, yu'allamu, allama, ullima, yu'allimu, yu'allamu. Okay, the first one is past. This past. This is present. This is past passive. And this is present passive. Okay, so I've constructed these two things just because I know these first two. Okay, based on these first two, I've constructed the remaining. Now let's go to the masdar. Go to the masdar. In the masdar, you have. I'm thinking if I should tell you masdar first, or should I tell you the fi'l amr first? Fi'l amr first. Let me tell you the fi'l amr and the fi'l nahi first. So now, what you have done is you have tense, present tense, past passive, present passive. Now we'll do command and forbidding. Okay, command and forbidding. Now you know command doesn't happen in the past tense, right? It also always happens in the present tense and in the second person. So second person of yu'allimu would be tu'allimu. Okay, and if you have to make a command, you remove the ta and you make it lightest. If tu'allimu is made lightest, it becomes tu'allim. Let me say that again. If tu'allimu is made lightest, it becomes tu'allim. And if I remove the ta, it becomes allim. Allim, correct? Allim. Allim. Teach. Allama means he taught. He taught. Okay? Allim means teach. Command. This is a command. Okay? Based on the present tense here, because you know this present tense, now you have constructed the command out of it. Allim. Allim. Okay? Same is the case with the forbidding la tu'allim. La tu'allim. So what I've done is I've made the yu'allim into tu'allim because it has to be a second person. Yu'allim into tu'allim because it must start with the u. So in the second person, it will start with the tu, of course. Okay, it must start with the u. I said u sound. Okay, so it could be you, it could be tu, it could be u, okay, and so on. Whatever is required. Okay. So I made yu'allim into tu'allim, then I made it lightest, it becomes tu'allim, then I put Allah before it. La tu'allim. La tu'allim. So you have a past tense, past passive, present tense, present passive, and then command and forbidding. Every single word here has a full-blown chart behind it, which is the Surf Kabeer chart. This one is a Surf Sagheer chart. It's a smaller chart that we are building here. Okay, you understand? Good, alhamdulillah. Now that we have done it, let's come to the isms. So these are all the fi'ls that you have constructed. Okay, now they are isms. There is a masdar remaining, there is a ism fa'il remaining, and there is a ism maf'ul remaining, and there is a zarf remaining. So in this family, the masdar has a fixed pattern. The masdar has a fixed pattern. The masdar always starts with a ta. The masdar always starts with a ta. Okay? Always starts with a ta. And there is a ya in the middle. After the second root letter, there is a ya. There's a ya in the middle. Ain, lam. These are the first two root letters. Okay? And there is a ya. So the ta and ya. It starts with the ta, and after the second root letter, there is a ya. Okay? After second root letter, there is a ya. And we will make this masdar a nasab form, just so it's easier to remember. Okay? And now I'm going to put the harakas. We could make it ta'lim. We could make it ta'limun. That's no problem. But we make it nasab form, so it's a bit easier to remember. So there's a sukoon on the first root letter. There's a kasra on the second root letter. And there's a tanween on the last one. Ta'liman. Okay? Ta'liman. Tanween here. Okay? And there's a sukoon on the ya, of course. And there's no haraka, assume it's sukoon. Okay? Ta'liman. Ta'liman. So these letters, ya, this ya is extra bit. This is also extra. Ta is extra bit that is attached to it. There is an alif that is an extra bit here. They're attached to it. These are extra bits attached. Ta'liman. Ta'liman is to teach. It's a masdar. It's an idea. It's to teach. Now, if I give you ta'liman and I ask you to construct a full-blown Muslim chart for it, you would say ta'limun, ta'liman, ta'limin, ta'limani, ta'limun, ta'limaini, ta'limaini, ta'limuna, ta'limina, ta'limina. Yes? You will construct a full-blown chart out of it. Just like a Muslimun chart. So this word in itself has a full chart behind it, which is the Surf Kabeer chart. This one, the one that we are doing right now, is a Surf Sagheer chart. Okay? Ta'liman. So allama yu'allimu ta'liman. You need to remember this flow. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. If I give you a word taqleedan, for example, taqleedan, you would immediately be able to map, okay, oh, taqleedan maps to a pattern called ta'liman, which belongs to the family too. Yes? Taqleedan maps to a pattern called ta'liman in family too. If you remember this, allama yu'allimu ta'liman, allama yu'allimu ta'liman, allama yu'allimu ta'liman. You need to do this. Let's do this few times, 5 times at least. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. One last time. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Good. So please remember this. Sarf requires you to remember these things. Okay? You need to understand these things if you want to go Sarf. You will be able to decode the words in the Quran. You will be able to look up the meanings in different ways. In family 2, the same root letters would mean different, and in family 5, it may mean completely different. In family 1, it is completely different. Just because there are harakas different, there are different words, letters coming together and making them different. So words change their form. Alama means, for example, alama means he knows. He has the knowledge. He knows. Allama, he taught. If you remove the shadda from the middle letter in the past tense, you completely change the meaning. Absolutely. And you need to know this to decode the Quran. And when you look at the words in the Quran, you want to find, okay, what is the sarf of this word? Because if you don't find the sarf of this word, you can't find the right meaning of the word. Okay? So the sarf is important to find the right meaning of this word so you can understand the Quran correct. Inshallah. So allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Then ism fa'il. Ism fa'il is easy. Ism fa'il, ism zarf, and ism maf'ul. All of them starts with meme. All of them starts with a meme. All of them starts with a meme, with a o on it. Okay? Mu sound. Mu sound. So what effectively you do, easiest way to remember is You take the present tense and you replace the ya with a meme. That's it. You replace the ya with a meme. It will become muallimun. Muallimun. You could do a nasab form if you want that, if that's easier for you, but it rhymes nice. Allama yu'allimu ta'aliman fahuwa muallimun. The fahuwa part is, I'm just saying, so then it is muallimun. Okay, so you just see allama yu'allimu ta'aliman muallimun. Allama yu'allimu ta'aliman muallimun. Allama yu'allimu ta'aliman muallimun. In case of the ism maf'ul, in case of the ism maf'ul, you do exactly the same exercise. You take the passive present tense, and you replace the ya with a meme. You replace the ya with a meme. Let me just do this here. Yeah, I just paste it here and replace the ya with a meme. Okay. Replace the ya with a meme. Mu'allamun. Mu'allamun. Mu'allamun is a student. Mu'allimun is a teacher. Okay, you see, there's just one haraka difference. There's just one haraka difference here. Notice this difference in haraka. Okay, it's muallamun and muallimun. Completely changes the meaning. Completely changes the meaning. Okay, muallimun is a teacher. Muallamun is a student. Allama means he taught. Ullima means he was taught. He was taught. Okay? Yu'allimu. Yu'allimu means he teaches. Yu'allamu means he is taught. He is taught. Okay? Present passive. You see, small, subtle differences in the haraka in the middle completely changes the meaning of the word. Okay? Zarf is exactly like the ism file. Oh, sorry, ism maf'ul, mu'allamun. Zarf is exactly the same as mu'allamun. There's no change here. Mu'allamun, mu'allamun. Okay? And this box I said it's just there to just make the flow when you recite it. So let me recite it and then you'll feel that flow. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman mu'allimun. Ullima yu'allamu mu'allamun. It breaks the flow, isn't it? So if I just, what I mean to say is, if I just bring this ta'lim in here as well, then I am using the same pattern to recite. So it becomes easier for me to memorize. It becomes easier for me to remember this. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman mu'allimun. Ullima yu'allamu ta'liman mu'allamun. Allim la tu'allim mu'allam. Allim la tu'allim mu'allam. Now, if you know allim, it's a command, you know, it's a command. As soon as you see allim, aslim, or whatever, a word that falls exactly on this pattern, it has three letters in it. The middle letter has a shadda and a kasra, and the last one is on the sukoon. You immediately know it's a command, and you immediately know it belongs to the family too. So you immediately go and look up the meaning of family two, so you know what is the command. Because in family one, it could be a different command. It is not having a shadda. Or in a different family, it is a different pattern. So this pattern is very important. What you need to do as a student of Surf, you need to memorize these charts, and keeping in mind that every word in this chart has a full-blown Surf Kabeer chart behind it. Okay? Every word in this chart has a full-blown Surf Kabeer chart behind it. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman mu'allimun. Ullima yu'allamu ta'liman mu'allamun. Allim la tu'allim mu'allamun. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman mu'allimun. Ullima yu'allamu ta'liman mu'allamun. علم لا تعلم. معلم معلم. علم يعلم تعليما معلم. علم يعلم تعليما معلم. علم لا تعلم معلم. Okay, so I know it's difficult to take in sometimes, but inshallah, if you keep on trying, it will help you. So we still have 5 minutes. I'm going to construct another chart for you very quickly. I'm going to take new root letters. Let's take new root letters. So how does it apply to different root letters? Okay, let me take, let me see what I can take. Wait a second. Okay, so what we could take is, wait a second. We're just looking up some root letters. So we could take, give me a second, guys. I'm just looking up on my notes which root letters could we take. So we could take qaf, ra, ba. Qaf, ra, ba. Okay. Now we have these root letters, and we need to construct this entire chart. We need to construct this entire chart. Previously it was allama, ain, lam, mim, and now I'm going to use qaf, ra, ba, and I know the characteristics of this family. This family requires me to have a shadda on the second root letter. It requires me to start the present tense with u sound, and its masdar starts with a ta, with ya coming after the second root letter. Okay, masdar starts with a ta, with ya coming after the second root letter, and it falls into a pattern called ta'liman. It falls on the ta'liman pattern. I need to construct this ta'liman pattern for masdar. Okay, so I'm going to pick up qaraba. If I have to make the past tense, I would say qarraba, qarraba. Okay, with the fatha in the beginning, of course. Qarraba. So the second root letter has a shadda, and everything remains the same. Allama qarraba. Allama qarraba. Okay, and now I need to construct the present tense, and I'm constructing the huwa forms. Okay, karrama. I know it has to start with the u sound. Yukarribu. Yukarribu. I need to construct this pattern. Okay, yukarribu. Yuallimu. Yukarribu. Yuallimu. Yukarribu. Yuallimu. Yukarribu. I did not write that. Yeah, with the dots. Wait a second. Yeah, with the dots. Yes. Yukarribu. Qarraba yukarribu. Allama yuallimu. It's the same pattern, isn't it? The same pattern. You can pick up any root letters and you can try to construct a word out of it. This full Surf Sagheer chart out of it. Okay? Then I need to construct the ta'liman pattern. For masdar, ta'liman. I would say taqriban. 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 This is a ta'liman pattern. Ta'liman, taqriban, ta'liman, taqriban. So it starts with a ta, and it has a ya after the second root letter. Yes, it has a ya after the second root letter, and it falls exactly on the ta'liman pattern. Taqriban. Qarraba yukarribu taqriban. Qarraba yukarribu taqriban. Don't worry about the meaning yet. We will go to the meaning, inshallah, when we learn to use the dictionaries. So just try to understand the pattern. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman. Qarraba yukarribu taqriban. And then comes mu'allimun, which is the ism file. Ism file. I gave you a trick. You take the present tense, and you replace the ya with a meme. It always starts with a meme. Muqarribun. Of course, you don't make it lighter, so you make it full-blown heavy. Okay? Muqarribun. Muqarribun. Okay? Muqarribun. قرب يقرب تقريبا مقرب علم يعلم تعليما معلم. You understand? You understand the logic? Okay. Now let's make a past tense passive. Let's make a past tense passive. Ullima. You know, past tense passive starts with the ooh, there's a kasra in the middle. We say qurriba. 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 And same is the case with the present tense passive. Yuqarraba. Yuqarrabu. Yeah? Yuqarrabu, because there's a fatha in the middle. There's a fatha in the present tense passive. Yuqarraba. Yuqarrabu. Okay? Qurriba yuqarrabu. Qurriba yuqarrabu. And then taqriban comes the way it comes, just like we did. Taqriban. 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 Fahuwa ism maf'ul. Ism maf'ul, I gave you a trick. Pick up the passive, replace the meme. Ya with a meme. Replace the ya with a meme. Muqarrabun. Muqarrabun. Make it heavy. Muqarrabun. Okay? Qarraba yuqarribu taqriban muqarribun. Qurriba yuqarrabu taqriban muqarrabun. Okay? And then the command allim. Allim. It's qarrib. Qarrib. Okay? Covering la tuqarrib. La tuqarrib. La tuqarrib. And zarf is exactly the same as ism maf'ul. Muqarrabun. Muqarrabun. Okay? You see? So we just took other three root letters and we constructed the same Surf Sagheer for the root letters Qaf, Ra, and Ba. And it maps exactly on the pattern. It maps exactly on the pattern that you have learned previously. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman fahuwa mu'allimun. Ullima yu'allimu ta'liman mu'allamun. Allim la tu'allim mu'allamun. Qarraba yuqarribu taqriban muqarribun. Qurriba yuqarrabu taqriban muqarrabun. Qarrib la tuqarrib muqarrabun. Okay? Good. So what I would like you to do at home, before I close this class, I will give you a few root letters. Okay? Root letters. Homework. Homework. Please use these root letters to make Surf Sagheer chart for yourself. Use the root letters, let's say Jim, Vowel, Dal. Use the root letters Sin, Lam, Mim. Use the root letters Ha, Waw, Lam. Okay. Use the root letters Hamza. Hamza, I'll do that later on. It's okay. Letters Mim, Ya, Zal. So let me give you a bit more space. So use these four set of root letters, to construct Surf Sagheer's chart for yourselves. Please do this. If you won't do it, you will not get used to it. Okay, you will not get used to it. You need to put some effort here. You need to put an effort to construct this chart. Okay, please construct the family 2 chart. Homework is so the homework is construct the family 2 chart. construct the family 2 chart using the following root letters. Okay, this is your homework. Please do it. Please do it. If you won't do it, you will struggle. Okay, you need to put this effort here. Okay, this is homework. This is homework. Okay. Good. Alhamdulillah. So I hope you found it useful. So we have done we have covered a lot today. I will share with you all of these notes, all of these things. Please also take a look at the notes that I have sent. Everything I've mentioned here is there. This Allama chart is also there. So please construct the Surf Sagheer chart using these root letters, and inshallah, you will find it easy. You will not find it very difficult, inshallah ta'ala. So it's important that you construct this chart, otherwise you will struggle in understanding the Sarf. The Sarf requires you to really get into the concept of words. So it is important that you start to build Surf Sagheer chart for yourself. So it's not enough just to come in the class and listen what's happening. You really have to build it yourself. Piece of paper. If you can't type Arabic, that's fine. Just pick up a piece of paper and make this chart. Select any root letters, inshallah, and try to make this chart as many times as possible. You need to understand this pattern. Allama yu'allimu ta'liman mu'allimun, and you need to understand this. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will go forward and we'll do another Surf family. So the pace of doing the families will increase, and inshallah, as we go along the path, you will continue to get familiarized yourself. You will continue to get used to it. Inshallah, things will become easy for you. Okay? And as always, I say, please don't give up. Give it a shot. Keep going. Keep going. Allah has put all of us to test, and what He sees is the effort we put. So please don't give up on your effort. If you don't understand, repeat the lecture. Listen to it again. But don't give up. Just don't. You don't want to give up on this book. Okay? You want to continue. Okay? It will come, inshallah. Pray to Allah, make du'as to Allah, put your effort, all the effort that you can, and inshallah Allah will make it easy for you and also for me and all of us, inshallah, around. Okay, so thank you very much for joining. I hope you had a productive class, and tomorrow we will meet again, inshallah, with some new exciting stuff to cover. So until then, enjoy your weekend with your families. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.